of the O.W.L.s Readathon, and I'm doing a vlog of each week, and so just started today, obviously, because it's day one. Today I've had a really nice day. I have not been at work today. I have had a little trip out because I needed some food, so I went to the local farm shop and got some food. And what else have we done? We made cupcakes, me and the children. Vegan lemon cupcakes, which are really nice. I'm about to have another one. What else we do? We made spaghetti and meatballs for tea. We just chilled really. The kids watched a film this afternoon. I filmed my TBR video for the readathon. I've just tried to get in a decent amount of reading. So the book that I'm reading, which I started this morning, forgive me, but I can't remember which owl it's for, but the prompt is a book less than 150 pages. And I'm reading this one, which is The Uncommon Reader by Bennett. This is a light-hearted, happy read. It's basically about the Queen who, on one of her walks with the dogs, she discovers that the mobile library is in the grounds of Buckingham Palace, and she feels obliged to kind of go and say hi. And then she sort of thinks, well, while I'm here, I kind of need to borrow a book. And she has no idea where to start because she's never really had time for hobbies. And I don't know if this is true in real life, but she's discouraged from showing preferences for anything. So she's not allowed to kind of say, oh, I really like doing this, because then it would be at the expense of doing that, etc. So she doesn't really have a clue what to pick. And there's another man on the bus called Norman. He works in the kitchens. And she says to him, can you help me choose a book? And anyway, so she reads the book. She really gets into it. Then she has to go and take it back the following week, and then while she's there she decides she'll get another book, and basically her love of reading just develops to the point where she starts to question like her duties and the things that she's obliged to do versus the things that she actually wants to do. So it's quite it's really done in a really light-hearted way. Like, it's really kind of cozy and nice, and I'm halfway through now. Just over halfway through, so I want to finish it tonight, and then I can pick which of my I can pick which of my next of the 11 of my TBR that I'm going to read next. Also, I'm listening to Open Book by Jessica Simpson on Audible, which isn't part of the challenge, but I'm absolutely loving it. Absolutely brilliant. Like, Jessica reads it herself, so it's so nice to hear her read it herself. And so far it's brilliant. So I'm really enjoying like every moment I get to listen to that. So I'm probably about just under halfway in that, and on one hand I really want to listen to it, on the other hand I don't, because that means it will be over soon. That's really good. So I might check in again later after I finish the book, depending on what time it is. I'm debating whether to do a workout video. Well, not video, you know what I mean, a Joe Wicks PE with Joe, because I haven't done it today. And I also want to watch a bit of TV. So we'll see how the evening goes. It's already quite late. It's already about, 9 o'clock. So I haven't got that long to do all of those things. So we shall see. So finished. It's really late, not because it took me ages to finish, but because I saw that Deepak Chopra and Oprah have started a 21-day meditation course to help reduce stress about the current situation. So I did that, and then I finished the book, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. I really liked the way it finished, actually, and it was, I don't know if it's accurately portrayed about how the Queen's treated by her staff and her advisors, but it's a really interesting read. And so a really good start to my O.W.L.s Readathon. I got my first owl. And then I just got distracted by social media stupidly, and now I'm really tired, and I still have to sort the cat's food out and put away a load of wet washing in the airing cupboard. So never mind. At least I have to get up and do the school run or work tomorrow. I've got another day off tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to starting my next owl, and I will see you tomorrow night. Morning, it's Thursday today, second day of the readathon. I have been up for a couple of hours. I've done the Joe Wicks workout with the family, which was good fun, gave me some really good energy. I've just edited my O.W.L.s TBR video, which is going to hopefully go up later today, and now I'm just about to choose from my little selection of books which I'm going to choose next in the readathon. So these are the 11, because one of them's in my bedroom, the one I'm reading at night time. So I've finished that one, and now I'm just got to choose of these which one I'm going to start. Going for this one. Faye's just come in and chosen for me, so we're going for How to Fall in Love with a Man in a Bush. Yeah, looking forward to it. And I was just going to show you as well, my plants have started showing some signs of life, so I'm just going to turn the camera around and show you. These are, I don't know how well you can see, these are the plants which are on the windowsills. These are bulbs which aren't ready to go out in the garden yet. You can see here, these are starting to spring up through here and here. These are starting to spring up, which is really exciting. And the kids have got some little Marks and Spencer's plants they've been growing on their windowsill, and I'll show you, those are really doing well too, so that's great. Vegetable fingers and salad for lunch. So I have just planted my daughter. Brought home a little bean home from school. She's been growing into a plant, and I've just put it into a bigger pot because it's outgrown it. And I'm now gonna go out to the front garden. Sorry. I'm going to go to the front garden and put 2 plants in to the beds up there. Hello, so it's evening now and I've got wet hair, so sorry about that. And I am really enjoying my book. So I'm about 90 pages in or something. I really could have read it all afternoon. I managed to sneak about, I don't know, somewhere between half an hour and an hour, I think, of reading, like when the kids were watching TV, and I was really enjoying it. And yeah, I had to kind of drag myself away from it. So it's basically like about this girl or this woman who is an English language teacher, and she's Swedish and she's working in Vienna. Let me just go and grab the book. This book. College from Julia, that's her name. And she's single, and she doesn't really enjoy her job that much, teaching, but she teaches loads because she says she doesn't really have anything else really that much. She doesn't really have a big group of friends. She doesn't have that many hobbies. And so when she's not at work, she's kind of just like a bit fed up sometimes. And then she meets this guy called Ben. She's sitting waiting for a meeting on a bench, and he comes and sits next to her and starts talking to her. And he's homeless, and he's a bit smelly and a bit dirty, and he has like a big beard and like big hair, and he's really tall. And then, as you sort of can tell from the title of the book, they end up starting a relationship. And what I love is that it's based on the actual story of the author, and there's a little section at the back which kind of tells you what really happened, and there's a section, I think there's a few pages that he's written at the back. So I totally love that this is a true story, because everything that I'm like, would that actually happen? Well, it has actually happened, which is really good. So I'm loving it, and I'm really looking forward to getting back to it in a minute. I've just done a couple of meditations. Excuse me. We had like a work virtual meeting tonight, and I didn't really excuse me, it sort of threw my mood off a little bit, because I've been feeling really peaceful, and then talking about the work stuff, I felt other people's anxieties coming through the screen, and well, I didn't mean through the screen, I mean through the conversation and stuff, and it sort of left me with a little bit of that, which I haven't had at all for quite a while now. So I just wanted to do some meditations and kind of try and, put those emotions to bed. And then the final thing is, for today, I was looking for something for my daughter this morning, and I found this little notebook here, which my brother bought me because he's written inside in 2000. He's like written a little message for me from 2003, and it's where I used to write poems. And I just found like the last poem I wrote, which is 6 years ago, and I just thought I'd read it out. I don't know if I'll even keep this in. I might edit it out if it sounds really like bad reading it out loud. I don't know, but I can't even remember what I called it. But anyway, so this is the poem that I wrote in 2013. It's been a while, old friend. It's been quite some time. Did you not call to me, or did I not listen for you? Did I go on and leave you? In fact, no, you are the one who went ahead. The tapping keys, the ribbon, even crisp lines. You came back to me today on the road. We should go on together this time. There were old pieces left behind, old glasses, old smokes, old hearts, sometimes lingering as a blur in the mirror. Let's go together now, old friend. The path before us awaits. I remember writing that. Yeah, I should write poetry more often. I used to write loads, but I don't know if it's any good, but I enjoy writing it. And it was nice to find that one today. So anyhow, I'm going to leave it there, and I will check in again tomorrow with reading progress and anything that we managed to do while we're at home. And hope you're all having a lovely week, as I always say, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. I'd show you a little bit of DIY I've just done. So these two pictures have been in our downstairs leaf for ages, just leaning against the wall for like 2 years, and now I've put them in the utility room. I'm just trying to get far enough back to show you. So yeah, so they're just above the sink.
It's really good, and also Mummy worked really hard.
So I've got this one, which is obviously just like a imitation tube map for all the pubs, even though it's quite out of date now because it's a few years old. And then this one we got from a friend's wedding. They had like a caricaturist there. So yeah, they did this, and so it's really nice to have them up. Hiya, so I just finished a really lovely yoga class. My teacher's doing yoga from home via Zoom, so I just did my usual Friday night yoga, which was really lovely, and I feel so chilled, so calm, really, really nice. And the thing is, I finished my book. I can't believe it's the 3rd of April and I've already read 2 books. That's really, really good for me. I absolutely loved it. So, I'll say again, it was the Has Fallen in Love with a Man Who Lives in a Bush, something along those lines, by Emmy Abrahamson. I really couldn't stop. I loved it so much. Really endearing, sweet story. I love that it was largely a true story. I loved how so Dan, who was homeless when he met what was her name? Oh, I can't remember her name. But when he met the female lead, anyway, their lives were very different, and it was kind of how he's gone from being this kind of bohemian free spirit guy to trying to settle down, and and the difficulties that they both found in the relationship. And I won't tell you what happens in the end, but it was really good, and I really enjoyed it. So I've got 2 owls now. I haven't got my crib sheet with me, so I can't remember which owls they are, but I'm going to go back and have a look at my other owls and choose my next read. I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to go and have a shower after yoga, and I'm going to watch O.W.L.s World, which is my other little treat on a Friday night. My husband also managed to do a food shop, and so we have nice food in, so I'm going to have like a little treat, a little dessert or something after while I watch O.W.L.s World. So I'm going to check out now, and I'll check in again tomorrow. Bye. So it's Sunday morning today, and it's beautiful weather outside. Washing's out, it's sunny, it's lovely, which really helps. I didn't really film anything yesterday because I felt a bit down yesterday, and so I filmed little snippets but I didn't actually talk at all. So I'm reading this, Charlie and Me by Mark Lowery. This is another one of my prompts. This is for featuring something on the cover with a beak, which is dolphin and two seagulls. This is I'm not sure if it's middle grade or YA yet. I can't really decide. I'm halfway through. This is about two brothers. I thought it was about a dad and a son, but it's actually two brothers, age 13 and age 10. They've run away from home early in the morning on a Saturday morning, and they're catching the train from the north of England down to Cornwall. And they haven't really got any plans in the way of how they're going to get money or where they're going to stay. They're just going for a weekend trip because they went there on holiday the year before and they saw a dolphin. And they want to go back, and the older brother wants to take the younger brother to see the dolphin again. And there's hints that something bad's happening at home, but we don't know what it is yet. There's hints that like mum's not getting out of bed, dad's working like 90-hour weeks and stuff like that. So and it says on the back cover there's a big secret that it's going to be revealed. So haven't got to that yet. I am enjoying it. I'm not like loving it. Like I'm 120 pages in, which is halfway, and so far they've just been on the train for the whole thing, with occasionally little flick backs to what stuff's like at home. I'm not sure that much how that it would keep a child's interest that much. There has been some funny bits, like I have like quietly laughed out loud a couple of times, but I think the main reason I picked this bit is because I just love the cover so much. But yeah, we'll see. I think it might sort of... Pardon? Okay, I'm going to have to end there because we're doing potty training and there's been a wee accident. So I'll check in later. So if you can hear the noise of the Hoover in the background, we had just had the loveliest afternoon. Like we found a little, we bought a little pop-up tent last year for some shade at the beach, and we never got a chance to use it after we bought it. And we just remembered it this afternoon and put it up in the garden, and the kids absolutely loved it. And we got some cushions and blankets in there, and then I sat in there and finished my book, and then the kids were playing, and then we just had such a nice time. Potty training's going really well today. We've only had one wee accident this morning. Yesterday we had 5, so that's really positive. So I've got work tomorrow. Try not to think about that too much. But I've had a really nice break. And yeah, so Charlie and Me, the book I finished. So I gave it 3 stars in the end. I'd give it 3.5 if I could. It was like my out of the 3 hours I've read so far, it was my least favourite. But what saved it was there was a really good twist about 50 pages from the end, and that saved it. So that bumped it up by probably 1 star. But I'd say I still can't decide. It seems like on one hand it seems a bit too babyish to be YA, but on the other hand it deals with some really quite big things, which seems too advanced for middle grade, so I'm not really sure who the audience was aimed at. But anyhow, yeah, so I can't really say any more than what I've said already, or it'd be spoilers. So now I'm just gonna, kids just having their food, time to get them ready for bed, get them in the bath, get them ready for bed, and then need to have a shower, get myself some food, chill out, and then I will decide which one I'm going to go for next. I'm so pleased that I've done 3 books in 5 days. That must be a record for me. It won't be as good when I'm back at work, so I just had 5 days off because our rotas were changed slightly last week, and so it gave me quite a few days off in a row. So I'm back tomorrow. Yeah, but anyhow, we'll see how things are, and yeah, look forward to starting my next read. Now it's Monday, and just been in for work for a little bit. Work was okay. Just stuck at the room on our own a lot of the time. I need to try and get some outdoors time at work because I find it really hard just to be indoors all the time. Time for a beer, aptly named beer, and my husband's just made us an Indian, so I'm just going to have that, and then I'll try and get some reading done. So it's Tuesday today. So it's the last day of my first week of the O.W.L.s and this vlog that I'm doing. Today I'm off work. It seems probably like watching this that I never go to work, but actually it's just because our days got changed around on the road last week, so I ended up having quite a stretch of time off, and I was at work yesterday. I'm at work again tomorrow. So just quickly catch up on what I'm reading at the minute. So I haven't done very much today apart from put out some washing, do the J-Wicks workout, and had lunch and stuff. Kids are just watching TV, so I've just nipped out to hide in their sun tent and quickly to have a chat. So the next book I picked up is this one, which is Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. This is my contemporary choice for Muggle Studies, I think it's for. So it's basically like, I've just finished part 1. There's 4 parts. Yeah, there's 4 parts, and I don't know whether they're all going to interlink or whether they're 4 separate stories. But basically, it's set in a cafe where you can time travel. And the rules of the time travel are: you have to be sitting in a specific chair in the cafe. You have to go back to you can only interact when you time travel back with people who were with you at the cafe when you were there the first time. You have to remain in your seat. You can't, nothing you do will change the present, and you have to be back in the present by the time the coffee goes cold or you get stuck. So that's the rules of it. So I'm really enjoying it so far. I've just read the first section I said about a woman who her boyfriend has just left to go to America from Japan for a work opportunity, and they were in a relationship for 3 years, so she's really gutted. She wishes she could have said more to him, that she wanted to stay, but she didn't. So she wants to time travel back to have a better conversation with him before he leaves. So that was the first part, and the second part is entitled Husband and Wives. I'm guessing there's something relationship wise again. So like I said, I don't know if it's going to have all the same characters from the cafe in, or whether it's going to be completely different. So I'm really enjoying it so far. I am 56 pages in, and there's 211 pages, so hopefully I'll get a really good chunk of that read today and finish